Peace, love, light, and healing. This is Poseidon, the God. I want to thank each and every one of you for clicking on this video. I am grateful, I'm honored, and I'm happy. Just being happy. I'm happy just being happy. I'm happy just being happy with this. Thank you all, and God bless you guys. Thank you for stepping into this channel. This is going to be a moon vibe video in which I illustrate and interpret the moon transits. This is something that I'm going to start integrating into my video practice and how I basically, co-create with the universe. I want to do these moon videos because I know and believe that I have a very, very strong connection with the moon and its cycles, which we all do. But I believe that I, in particular, am able to really filter through the messages that the moon gives me and the vibe that it's channeling. Because the moon ultimately, what the moon is a satellite. It's a signal. It really helps us to filter consciousness. That's what the moon really, really does. It helps us to filter consciousness. And as the moon is going through its phases, its wane and its growth phases, it is establishing for us new lenses and new realms to filter through our experiences. The moon is our emotional body. It's our emotional body. It's what we're nurturing. It's how we were nurtured. It's how it kind of determines how we connect with people and our inner world, our inner emotions, more subconscious realities that we go through. And these subconscious realities that we nurture and that we react from, which is our basis of reaction, are things that are filtered through us and nurtured from when we enter the world, when we come out of our mother's womb, right? Because the moon ultimately is our connection to our mother. It's our connection to our past. It's our connection to our karma. It's a part of our karmic destiny, right? So this is going to be how I'm going to be filtering through these messages now is moon vibes. This moon vibes. I got my moonstone here, rainbow moonstone. And then we have amazonite for healing, for psychic healing. So, first of all, I just want to start with a prayer. I want to say, God, thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you for giving me the voice. Thank you for giving me the strength and the courage to be able to come before these your people, and that I may be able to deliver a message clear and concise to the people who are tuning into this channel, who are seeking and who are wanting to be a part of this channel. I thank you. Amen. Just had to do that right quick. So let's talk about the moon in Leo. The moon currently right now is sitting at 0 degrees Leo. It just finished its Cancer transit. And so that was very much an emotional roller coaster. That was very much kind of observing our habits, really, really kind of getting to the heart of situations in our life. The moon is really, really traveling. Like the moon is traveling. The moon is wanting to do something new. Like I'm telling you, the moon, the mother, the mother right now, that mother energy, that maiden mother crone, the new moon, full moon, the waning phase of the moon when it's dying, that phase is so important. And I feel like I'm going through phases with the moon, just being as in tuned as I am, and just as being as integral and just integrating and removing and releasing so much. I feel such a weight. I feel like I'm channeling the moon right now. I feel as though I am an advocate, an advocate for the moon. I feel like a messenger angel, even just on behalf of the moon and its message, because ultimately the moon is a messenger. It does help to filter through our experience on a very subconscious, emotional, filtered, even unreal, so to speak, an illusionary level, because it connects us so much to our past and to our karma and how we were nurtured by family, particularly our relation with the mother, because you know the moon is a feminine yang energy, and it's really all about more darker things, like I said, the subconscious mind, areas that are not as apparent to us on a face first value, but these are things that do rule and govern our inner world, right? And so when we're talking about the moon doing its transit through Leo, we're talking about fire, we're talking about fixed fire, we're talking about desire, our personal and creative integrity, and how we basically are going to be filtering through this energy. The moon's going to be filtering through new energy to us. New energy. I'm almost feeling like this sensuousness, this sense of even a psychic awakening, a psychic breakthrough, some kind of emotional illumination, that light bulb just turning on, just turning on. Just if you can imagine just being in a dark room and just, being in the dark and then just turning on the light. That is what this moon and Leo is all about. It is really helping us to recreate our story, because we're in a time right now, where we need to challenge these storylines. We have to challenge these narratives. We have to challenge what it is we've even known to be true, whatever it is that we've held to be true, that has been true for you for a long time, that just is not true for you anymore. And so how a lot of this is going to be done, how a lot of this is going to be moved out of the way, whatever this spiritual, emotional dead space that maybe some, many, or a lot of you have been in, is with our mouth and with our words. And, that Leo energy, that Leo power, that Leo, Leo has power. There's power, and I'm even hearing there's power in forgiveness. A Leo will ride or die. Like a Leo will fight to the finish. A Leo will challenge you even when they're dead ass wrong, and so just that simple fact right there should give us a creative boost. There's this creative energy that's coming through with the moon transiting through Leo. There was a lot of Cancer energy. There's a lot of Cancer energy now, but especially with the moon moving and conjuncting with Mars, conjuncting with the North Node. Mercury is now in Cancer, which is like healing our perception, healing whatever thoughts, healing perception, and really getting to the root core of things, getting to the reality of things, so that we can start to really figure out how to create change. The moon now has been, even though the moon is at home in Cancer, it felt like the moon was kind of like, I felt very, very drugged up. Like I felt very, very tired. I felt very, very, very lazy. I just felt very much like I just wanted to go to sleep and, be that homebody, but it just wasn't good for me, because Cancer being my 4th house, but the 8th house to my moon, lot of stuff. It's like I'm rummaging through closets. It just feels like what it felt like was going into, I'll tell you what it felt like, what it is, what the energy is. It feels like going through, okay, remember the movie, for some of you, I got 19 subscribers on here, so I know I at least got one person in here with me. Has anybody heard or seen that movie, Chronicles of Narnia? Okay, where the 4 children, they ended up leaving and going off to this man's house because their hometown country is at war, so they have to separate from their parents, and they end up being adopted and fostered by this inventor, this scientist, this genius guy. And he had this magical closet where the smallest child went in and rummaged through the clothes and ended up finding a new magical land. So it's kind of like this energy today. Like I feel like there's this psychic, very subconscious mental breakthrough. There's this mental breakthrough, like even transmutation, transformation, very, very transformative energy, where we kind of, it feels like, there's this push. It definitely is a push and a press, but once we find that even center, it's like we kind of break free into this newness, this new creation. Because when you're thinking about the Cancer and Leo cups, you're talking about the past, and then you're talking about also the future. You're talking about the past, and you're talking about the present. Because the sun is what is present with us. The moon is always there, but the moon is going through phases. The moon is always constantly going in and out. And so the virtue of the moon is planting seeds, operating in faith. That's the virtue of the moon, is that we, may not be able to see the whole stair, but we know that if we keep stepping, we're going to get somewhere. And so it's kind of like this energy of, I'm hearing Stairway to Heaven. I'm even hearing Fred Astaire. It's really, really about conscious creation. There's a move of conscious creation. We are becoming conscious creators. And so the whole premise of this page, I am Poseidon, deep astrology. But ultimately what I am is a conscious creator. Poseidon was birthed out of pain and out of struggle and out of strain and out of unmasking myself from the world's point of view. And so I'm chiseling out my own arc, my own awareness, my own perception of myself and how to see my life. And so when you're talking about Leo energy, you're talking about fixed fire, you're talking about creating romance, hobbies, the things we enjoy, childlike joy and energy. You're talking about gathering with people, and you're talking about being the center of attention. And so with the moon going through the sign that is ruled by the sun, it kind of is like this unmasking effect, or kind of like this light that is shining on the darkness of our soul. It's kind of like, and I have my tarot here, so I'm going to pull some cards just to clarify. I'm just kind of channeling and filtering through this message right now for the collective before I do it. But, we're going into the sun's territory, so the moon, you can't hide. And so it's almost like I'm feeling like this outpouring. Like I feel like the moon going through Cancer, for me, I'll talk about my experience. It truly, truly was heavy loaded for me, heavy laden. I felt burdened. I felt all my years and all my lifetimes and just everything that I've even amassed throughout these last couple of years, the pain, the darkness of my past, my own inward reality is just I was just wallowing in it. I kind of had no choice. It kind of felt like this little whirlpool of these cycles. The moon rules our cycles, and I kind of was just dumped in the middle. It felt like this swirling Deadpool. And for some of you, maybe you guys are feeling the same thing, but a lot of it has to do with my home life, the way I was nurtured, how I wasn't nurtured, my attention that I got from my mother, the attention I didn't get from my father. Those things are all things that are very, very real to me and that I care about, and that in some way, in many ways, shape, and form, is kind of how I based a lot of my reality from. And so I'm working to not do that, but it's been very hard because I am around the people that in a lot of ways remind me of that. And so it is what it is, right? But the beauty of Leo energy is that we can always create our own story. Leo is about the moment. Leo knows they have a past, but Leo wants you to love them for who they are right now, and they will make it so that you can't deny them. They will press upon you. They will feed on you even. Leo is very, very powerful, and where they can just speak, and use their charisma and use their power, the power just in their presence. That presence. It's really all about presence. That present moment awareness of their own latent abilities, just to create a story, to create a story. You think about Leo as the lead actor in a play, right? Or the leader of the basketball team. It's that bravado, that gusto, that macho man, that macho woman, that you know what I'm saying? That ability just to make you laugh and just to kind of create a story and to have fun there and now. And they're very impressionable to people. Leo is very impressionable. They're very, very loyal. They are fighters, and they do have a lot of joy. And so that is the positive side of Leo. Kind of where they kind of take that neutral stance, because You know, you have to think about Leo being ruled by the sun, right? The sun really takes a neutral stance. The sun is, we all are receiving light and life from the sun. But how many times do we thank the sun every day for just shining and continuing to do it and not knocking its ass into us and burning us up? We don't do it. Leo is very much that same way, where they do want the appreciation. You know, they want appreciation for their gifts and their talents, for what they bring to the table, you know, and for who they are, because they just shine. You know, even if they have a dark path, even if they've done people wrong, even if, you know, the whole world has something negative to say about them, Leo never changes. You know, that's that fixed fire, that desire, that childlike joy, you know, where, okay, you may have said that and that may have happened, and I may not even want to apologize for it, but best believe that I'm going to give you my best right now, and I will bring out the best in you. And so that is what this Leo moon transit is going to inherently do with us. We are going to inherit, I feel this, we're going to inherit charisma and macho bravado, you know, that showcasing our personal talents. You know, that is the thing about Leo nature, is it represents the fifth house. The fifth house is all about pleasures, joy, you know, where we find the most pleasure and enjoyment in our hobbies, and even our latent abilities, our gifts, you know, just the light from within us, that solar plexus, that self-respect, that will, that power, that strong sense of self that can't be really tampered with, you know. And it's the opposite of Aquarius. So it's about how we bring that light to other people and how we can use that to have others gather around us. And, you know, there's a lot of energy that's coming in from the sun. I believe that the moon going into the field of the sun is going to help us to brighten up. And it's going to also help clear away certain things. You know, I feel like it's going, you know, because when the sun and the moon come together, you know, this almost feels like a new moon. You can think of today as like a new mind, you know, the next couple of days actually, because the moon transits through each sign every 2 days. So this is going to be something of healing, something of real healing. And it you know, I keep hearing the word gusto. It's going to like just blow in, you know. This could really let's pull some cards. It just feels like it's going to really help to boost our confidence and our self-esteem. You know, that's the big thing about Leo energy, is self-esteem, you know. I know I've talked a lot. I'm talking, but you know, this is healing for me. See, I need to heal by talking. I need to heal by, you know, being front and center, and by giving my opinion, and by being strong and bold about it. You know, there's a boldness to Leo that, you know, we all need right now, that can really help us to amass great wealth, you know, out of turmoil and out of pain, you know. So let's pull some cards. This is going to be for the next 2.5 days that the moon is doing its transit, and I'll go ahead and pull 3 cards. I'll go ahead and pull one for the overall energy, and then the second card will be whatever it is we need to know, or the blockage, or like the pathway through the challenge of this, if there are any. Whatever you consider a challenge, you know, it all is dependent on you and how you're resonating with this. And then we have the third card, which would be the outcome or the advice. So we'll talk about these things, and we'll just ask for a message from Spirit. Leo is the Spirit of God. It is the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God. The Sun is the Spirit of God. The will and the power and the force of God. We ask for a message from the Spirit of God down to earth, for us little earthlings and little angels to eat of. First card out, overall energy, 2 of Pentacles. Second card, the Empress. And then we have 7 of Swords. This is going to be for this Leo moon transit from the 6th through the 8th, right? So first card out is 2 of Pentacles. And okay, off the bat, balance. I'm hearing in my head, fret not. I'm hearing my gentle savior. Okay, what am I tuning into, Spirit? Spirit, what am I tuning into for these here, your people? Okay, and then we have the Empress here, which is the way through or the blockage or the challenge. And then the outcome is going to be the Seven of Swords. So, first of all, what I'm seeing is that there needs to be an opening up. It's almost like stretching your mind to its limits. I'm feeling this energy of opening up to the possibility of a life anew, opening up to the breath, opening up to your consciousness, opening up and creating a bridge in consciousness. I'm feeling that very heavily. With the Two of Pentacles, it's usually about pairing up partnerships and integrating new realities, integrating new forms of conduct. I'm hearing that as well. Integrating a new flow, wanting to be more than what we've been. I'm hearing the Empress is about abundance and how we delegate that abundance, and also just having that sense of self to where, you know, you feel accomplished, you're feeling abundant, you feel like you got the money, you've got friends, you've got people. This is about understanding our true self-worth. And, you know, I feel like our self-worth is being challenged almost. I'm hearing that your sense of self is being challenged. You're wanting to open up to all that life has to offer to you, and you have to do that through the breath, through your five senses. Our five senses are opening up right now as we are becoming more closer to the sun and becoming more conscious. Our five senses are opening us up to new possibilities and to new awareness just by breathing and just by even talking. You know, we're gaining new insights and new awareness to how we can amass wealth and how we can determine our true self. You know, there's this sense of awareness that's wanting to abide within each and every one of us right now, but we have to allow it. You know, we have to allow God to really work in our life. How do we allow God to work in our lives? By knowing that we know nothing, by knowing that, you know, life is life is precious and every second counts. You know, every second, everything that you do is co-creating with the universe. You are a co-creator with the universe. And I believe these cards coming out are the epitome of that. For some reason, is basically how we can I'm hearing be tripped up. Two of Pentacles is showing that we can juggle some things. You know, we're wanting to unload. I'm hearing we're wanting to unload cargo, and it's like we're wanting to fascinate. I'm hearing the word fascinate. There needs to be more of a Marvel experience. I'm hearing a Marvel experience, like the Avengers. I'm hearing a Marvel experience, you guys. Okay, so I don't know what message is coming through, but I just know that, you know, I'm mastering these cards, and the message I'm getting from these cards, I don't even know how it's really syncing up, but I will say that there is a determination of self-worth. Like, I'm hearing in my head self-determination. This moon transit is going to cause us to be more self-determined. You know, there's more of a leap of faith that we can take. You know, it's even this feeling of we have more than what we deem necessary, or we have more than even what we say. And it's funny, my grandmother, she always says, she's a Leo and she's a pastor and she runs like a prayer line and stuff, and she always says this, you know, you have what you say and you say what you have, right? So there's this energy of we have what we say and we say what we have. And as bold as we can be about not having something, we should be just as bold about having something, right? And so if you have knowledge, if you have something to share, if you have something to give, then you should give that, because every time you give, you receive. And so we need to come to a more stately awareness of ourselves, like a more of our state. And I'm also hearing the scripture, you know, whatever situation, this is not the scripture, I'm paraphrasing it. Wherever you may find yourself, be content, you know. Wherever you may find yourself, be content. That's the thing about Leo energy, is that it's content wherever it's at. You know, it causes a storm wherever it's at, because it is the sun. It sheds light on wherever it is, regardless of if people are praising it or not. Even though Leo does want to be praised, and it secretly does want your approval, it gains its own approval by the story that it tells. And so if you say that you have something, you have it. If you say that you don't have it, you don't have it. So with this Two of Pentacles coming out, Two of Pentacles is really all about transitions, you know, making that making a transition. You know, there's two entities. There's two separate parties. Two separate hobbies, could be two separate money making schemes. Like, okay, like say you're a mother and you've been stay at home, right? You've been at home. This side of the card could entail your home life, and this could also entail work life, you know. So there is a double particle. I'm hearing it as a double particle, and you need to balance something. You need to let something in and see how you can work this thing and to balance it. And so you could also even be in the transition of moving. You know, this could indicate that people are moving, you know, into a new home. And this could mean that you're getting a call. You could even get a call, you know, about a job offer. Say you're already working, you have that dream job, or you're content where you're at. You may, you know, receive something that entails you to have to juggle and to you know, compartmentalize in a different way. And so you need to open up and see what it is that you can do to better balance out your life and to gain, I'm hearing it even as gaining more clarity, you know, but you're needing clarity over something. And so for some people, like some people right now may be in a situation, if this resonates with you, if you're watching the video, that you may not have been clear on what it is that you can do, or a transition, or a certain offer, or a certain partnership, or a certain meetup. You know, this could also deal with two people, you know, a partnership, a relationship, romantic, could mean friendship, you know. But the partnership energy and the opening up and the balancing act is at work. Okay, and then we have here the Empress card, which represents the Venus energy. And this is all about our sense of self, our self-worth, our abundance, how we're spending our money, how we're spending our time, who we're spending it with. You know, we're feeling good. We're feeling flowery. We're feeling like we can amass a lot of wealth. Like we're feeling good. You know, this moon transit is going to have us feeling good. And it's also going to show us the amount of abundance that we have around us if we just take the opportunity to see it. Does that make sense? And then we have here the outcome card. Okay, so, you know, the outcome card is Seven of Swords. So that's all about, this could be about, you know, betrayal, self-deception, secrets, and lies. So for many of us, we can also, you know, for the outcome or the advice is to, you know, don't self-deceive yourself, or don't be around people who don't help you to see your full value. You know, some of us are around people who are vamping us, you know, psychically attacking us, psychically draining us, and maybe they don't even know it and you don't even know it. But it's time for you to know how powerful you are and just how abundant that you are. You need to understand the abundance and the type of skills that you have, and who you are to people is abundance. You know, who you are to people is beautiful, you know, even if they can't see it. You know, who you are is worthiness. You know, the Empress card is all about the worthiness. So what I'm getting from the Two of Pentacles and the Empress coming out is that, you know, you need to see how worthy you are. Open up to the possibility of being all that you can become, almost in a sense. And just seeing life, you know, seeing life for what it is. You know, life is beautiful, life is abundant. And if we just take the time to see, you know, we wouldn't have to we wouldn't have to press so hard. We wouldn't have to press that button so hard, and we wouldn't have to you know, we wouldn't have to fight for our limitations. This is about opening up to the fact that we are not limited, that we do have a resource, and that we do have a lot of abundance, and we have to also be smart with these things. So this is about having the mental factor of, you know, very, very territorial, like, you know, stabilizing our awareness of what we have, what we possess, our relationships, the money. This is about abundance and fertility and nurturing and you know, enjoying the pleasures of nature, you know, all those things. And for some of you, you may just need to go outside more, you know, in order to create your story. You may need to go outside more. You may need to go plant a garden. You know, you may need to do something nice for somebody else, you know, do something nice for someone else. You know, you have a lot going on, you got it going on, but see where you can be more charitable, and see where you can, see where you can be more charitable. Because for some of you, I'm feeling like this energy of, you know, you don't like, don't sit in this state of worry. You know, this can indicate worry. You know, that there are some people around you who don't have your best interests at heart, who are deceiving you. Maybe you're going through your own bout of self-betrayal and self-deception. You know, maybe you're hiding something, but this is definitely about secrets. And this is definitely about being aware of those like illusions and um, certain things that maybe you told yourself, maybe certain things that people have told you that are just not true. You know, they're just not true. And I'm also even feeling a little bit into the energy of an inheritance. Maybe somebody will amass and a great amount of spiritual inheritance, even monetary inheritance, you know, just really, really seeing what it is that they have to work with and what they have to offer. Don't feel like you're limited. You know, that is the thing about Leo energy, is it's not limited by its experiences. It's not limited by what it's had. It is who it is. They are who they are. The sun is what it is right now, regardless of, doesn't matter. Even when it's raining and pouring, the sun is there shining. So this is about acting and operating in faith, but also being like coming to this practical realization of your gifts and what you can do to make your situation better. And maybe this is for me, because this is really hitting hard for me. I want to go ahead and pull one more card for this moon transit. I know this was 30 minutes long. I really didn't want it to be that long, but I just feel like I had so much that I needed to clear up. And then we have, wow, we have 7 of Cups. We have 7 of Cups. Oh my God. We have 7 of Cups. We have 7 of Cups. So I'm hearing in my head, induce magic, you know, create a ritual, create a ritualistic bath for yourself. You know, there's a lot, like, if you're in a state like, okay, I'm hearing, if you're in a state of becoming, if you're in a state right now where you feel like you're becoming, but you're just not quite there yet, you probably haven't tapped into everything that you like. You need to tap into more of your resources. You know, you need to tap into more of your resources. And it's kind of like this energy of kind of just like taking a trip or just walking around the bend. It's almost like if you just let go of your perception and understanding of who you are and what you have, and just go take a walk like through the woods or a trail. If there's a trail near where you're at, you're gonna like find that missing link. It's like this energy of opening yourself up to a much more higher sensory experience and allowing that to lead you without any inhibition, you know, and knowing that you're being led on a path, and that every nook and cranny means something. Everything is connected. You know, you may not see how everything is connecting right now, but within that illusion, there is a truth. There is a guided truth. There is this truth that you are going to, that you need to perceive. There's something right now that we need to perceive. And so, you know, with Mercury being in Cancer right now, it is really, really helping to heal our perception just of our own bodily resonance, our own health, our own sense of self emotionally. And I'm hearing even in our relationships, how we the ebb and flow of our relationships are being you know, are being fondled with, are being you know, it's like we're testing the waters. This is a cup of testing the waters and going out there and seeing what you find, you know. And it also is a card of magic, and it entails psychic awareness and being led kind of by the dream, by the psychic dream. So it's almost like there's this treasure that we need to find, you know. I'm always talking about a treasure, but I feel like I have hidden treasure. So there's this new awareness that we're gonna take on, that we're integrating into our experience. And let me go ahead and pull one more card. Spirit, thank you so much. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, this is about being led by the Spirit, you know, being led by the heart of your intentions. You know, this is a card of, you may not really see what's up the road. Like, this is also, okay, look, y'all. So some of y'all may be going on dates. Some of y'all may be invited out. Some of y'all may be proposed to. But you need to not make fast decisions. You need to observe and be Like, be in your knowing and be in your worth so that you don't get swayed by anything that wants to trick you into something that you thought was something else, you know? And then we have the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords. So the truth, lightning strike. So clarity. We finally hit a wall of clarity. We finally get to that, I'm hearing stove of clarity. We finally get to that bedrock of, I'm hearing bedrock of insanity. I'm hearing the word plagiarized. I'm hearing commitment. It's like we come to this subtly but surely, this truth emerges. Like we find out something. Something is being found out. Something is being found out with this moon and Leo. And then, yeah. And this is the card of also inheritance, long-term money, long-term happiness. I feel like for many of us, we're going to find what it is we've been looking for with this Moon and Leo transit. This Moon and Leo transit is probably one of the most important transits for this week because of everything that we just went through with the Cancer transit. And so we're needing to commit to a path. We're needing to see where something is going long term. And we need to have a definite answer and I'm hearing a definite field of observation. Like something becomes way more defined than it was before because we have the 2 sevens, which is all about mysticism, magic, knowledge, intuition. And then we have the Ace of Swords, which is about clarity and achievement in a way, you know, achievement. And then the 10 of Pentacles, which is all about achievement, long-term goals, even familial inheritances. Jackpot. We hit the jackpot on something. The jackpot, you know. Ace of Swords is all about mental clarity. Now you have a focus. Like you've been given a focus. Last card out is Leo's card, the Strength card. Mastery of our emotions. And so, I'm hearing in my head, okay, Moses walked his people across the Red Sea. You may just be that person who has to walk your people across the Red Sea. Okay, you all. Let's get up out of here. This is your Moon Vibes, Moon and Leo transit. I pray that this was clear, concise. I hope it helped. I hope that you have a wonderful moon through Leo transit. And y'all pray for me. Y'all pray for me. Y'all send me love and light. I'm sending you abundance of love, light. No strife or fear. Love and peace. Deuces, my nooses.